This is recording. We are looking at skill 6, which is complex numbers, and specifically here in A and B, we're just being introduced to these complex numbers, and we saw in some previous problems how to simplify a radical when we have a negative radicand. We saw that we looked at the different powers of I, and here what we're going to do is simply add and subtract complex numbers. According to this parentheses right here, this problem is indicating to me that we're adding two complex numbers together. We want to get, we treat these like terms. The terms that do not have an I, that's called the real part of this complex number, and the coefficient in front of I is the imaginary part of this complex number, and the I is referred to as the imaginary unit. So what I would suggest that you develop some type of a system that groups or identifies like terms. So here I have a 5, and here I have a -7. So what I usually do is just give that a single underline, and here I have terms that have the imaginary unit I give that a double underline, and I combine the like terms. All right, so for my real part, 5 plus a -7 is -2. And -3i's plus 2i is a -1i. Now, that's going to be my final answer. However, technically, when it says to express in a+bi form, this is telling us that we need an addition. So if we want to adhere strictly to the directions, we would have a -2 plus, and I would even write a -1i. So now I've identified, I can easily identify that the real part A is -2 and that the imaginary part B is -1.